The Truth of Girls.
Hi everyone, it's Sonia here, and I'm actually heading down to where they're having the protest today in Montreal in support of George Floyd. You know who that is. We have anti-police brutality protests here in Montreal on a regular basis. We have some issues with our cops here in Montreal too, in case you don't know. As far as I can tell though, oh my god, what was that? Maybe it's just a firecracker. But like, they're heading into the business district. That's the theater district, and then it's business over there. Usually that's where stuff happens. When it turns into a riot and there's windows getting smashed, it's always in that area. Yeah, they said from 5 to 6:30, but I figured there's no way it's going to end at 6:30. This is huge. There's lots and lots of people here. Guys, there's provocateurs, obviously, in the riots in the States. It makes me so sad, this whole stupid situation. There have been a lot of pictures taken of who's smashing the windows. There's been pictures taken of the people who start the riot, and it's white people. It's guys like smashing in windows to get it all started. Yeah, there's tons of pictures and footage of white people smashing things. There was at one of the protests, they had provided bricks to hand out, so people would have something to smash windows with. So it's like agitators, And you guys have seen how the cops have responded. A lot different when the white protesters showed up with their guns at City Hall. It was right away, it was tear gas and everything, right from the get-go. And I've seen some pictures of white women making a line in front of the black protesters so the cops can't get to them, which it really shows, it's real, man. It's the prejudice is so strong and so deep, and it's so lethal. I have friends who have kids who are mixed, and they look black, and they were saying, I had no idea. This one, she was saying, I didn't raise my sons as black men because I had no idea what it meant to be a black man in America. She just raised them as just her kids. She never really thought about the color of their skin. She didn't really understand how much it really mattered, and she's like, I'm afraid for my sons. I actually don't see any cops around right here. I mean, compared to the US, got a pretty big crowd here. There's cops around you, as you know, but they're not right here. You don't see them. And our crowd, obviously, it's a lot of different kinds of ethnicities here, because that's how Montreal is. Anyway, I tried to talk to a bunch of people, and they're all shy, It's not like it was 5 or 10 years ago. Nobody wants to talk on camera now. One girl gave me her opinion. So, that's what she had to say about it.
I guess you've told us that you have a lot of Americans viewers.
Yeah.
I think what I really want to say is this is not just an American issue. I am not African American, but I am black, and regardless of that, I'm a woman, I am a Muslim, and I'm someone who knows what discrimination is. And regardless of that, I think it's just a human issue. I think it's about time that we stand up, and I'm tired of the peaceful protesting. I'm tired of speaking up. We've been doing this for years. MLK has been doing this for years, and nothing has changed. It's time to really revolt and riot and stand up, and it's sad that it has to come to that, but at a certain point, enough is enough. And I want to say to whoever has been discriminated against, we know how you feel. Here in Canada, we don't talk about it as much, but we can't hide under the shadows and pretend that this is just an American issue. We feel it too, and we are here to support you. That's why I'm here. I'm not personally affected. I have not experienced police brutality, but I know how it feels. And it's just my duty as just a human to stand up and be here.
Justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
You guys, that was absolutely heart-wrenching. You guys know my father was Jewish and his family was all murdered. And what I see is it's the same thing. It's the same attitude. My father in Poland in the 1930s, you know, it was the Jews that were the target. And, you know, nothing has changed. I mean, I understand something about discrimination and, you know, violence. Because I lost my family, you know, like a big part of it. So I really feel for everybody who's affected by this. It's not right. And it's just based on absolutely nothing. It's just all a lie. That you can judge someone by how they look, by the color of their skin, or, you know, anything like that. You can't. Oh my God. I just can't. I just keep having tears. Like, they just will keep coming. This is just like an evil and an injustice in this world. Think about it. If you can't go out of your house and feel safe because of the color of your skin, like, that's insane, you know? That's not a way for people to live. And after what happened in World War II, and they say never again, but it's like, that's still happening. It's just in a different way. That's how I see it. Injustice is injustice, you know? Anyhow, I'm gonna get out of here. And I guess I'll let you know. It'll turn up on the news if anything gets out of hand. Okay guys, here's how it turned out. So, they did have some issues with violence later in the evening, probably about half an hour after I left. This is how it turned out. But it wasn't anything major, but later in the night, there was a Twitter post that they started looting. This is Steve's Music Store downtown in Montreal. Some people busted in there and stole some guitars. Which is, I think, actually really dumb, because it's just a local business, not like some multinational corporation, so I don't know why they would go after Steve's. It's just mob mentality, partly, you know, at that point. I don't see how breaking into the music store and stealing guitars is going to fix the problem. That guy was white. The guy who just went by. I mean, really, like, these are just kids. Yeah, how is this white kid stealing a guitar from Steve's going to do anything to solve the problem of police brutality and racial discrimination? You know? That does not make any sense to me. I think he just thinks, hey, I just got a free guitar. I've seen people do this over stuff like hockey games. Yeah. That's it, you guys. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.